Abby Tucker, and welcome once again to our traveling around the wheel of the year. And this year we've been doing the solar holidays. So we started here at the spring equinox in front of this tree. This is an apricot tree, and the spring equinox, it was full of blossoms. And then the last time we were together was the summer solstice in June, and we saw all of the amazing leaves. And now the leaves are still here. A couple of them are turning, but we're here right at the fall equinox. Now the fall equinox is this moment where you see this tree here is already really changing, losing a lot of its leaves and moving in towards the dark half of the year. So when we hit the fall equinox, which is known as Mabon, it is the turning point not only from summer to fall or autumn, but it is a significant turning point in the year because the dark overtakes the light. And the dark, the nighttime grows and grows and grows, and the daylight shortens and shortens and shortens for the next 3 months until December. So for the next 6 months, from Mabon until the spring equinox once again, the darkness rules the day. Now that is important, but first let's talk about where we are. So the great thing about autumn equinox is that you get all the bounty of summer has really, now we're at harvest. In fact, the full moon in September is often called the harvest moon. And I want you to take a look. This is my friend Katie's garden. I want you to look. We just picked all of this 5 minutes before filming this. So look at this generosity of nature at this time of the year. We have these things that we think of as summer, these incredible tomatoes, this beautiful dahlias, and they're sort of the epitome of that taste of summer. And then we have, look at these apples. They are enormous. And these just came right off of the tree, so amazing. This is an autumn sedum, autumn glow sedum. So even in autumn, some things flower. So at this time of the year, we have right next to each other death going into the dark, and yet the full expression of bounty and vitality. And so at this point, as the wheel turns, and it turns all the way down, that we want to think about how is it that we can actually attune ourselves to nature more fully, to actually pause and to begin to realize that maybe we don't need it to be light all the time. So I'm going to give you a suggested practice. And this is a practice I did a few years ago, and I think it's very worthy of doing, and yet your life might not meet quite up with it. So I'm going to put it out there, and then you can make adjustments for yourself. And that is that we actually, our bodies need these periods of inward. And so at this time of the year, when we go inward, when it becomes the dark half of the year and continues to get darker, we want to actually honor the daylight and honor the darkness. So you might want to make a decision for the equinox that during the dark half of the year, you're going to honor that by turning off your electronics for a period of that dark time of the night. And I don't mean just before you go to bed. So a few years ago, I went a little overboard. I went from sundown to sunrise, which was easy in September, but once you got around to December, a little bit difficult. So be reasonable with yourself and your life. But even if you were to call yourself off at 8 p.m. from social media until 8 a.m. or whatever it is that works for you, so that you're actually making a committed practice to going in alignment with what nature is doing. It'll help your body to find the type of rest and inward rejuvenation that it will need. Just like these let go of their leaves, put them back into the ground and re-nourish themselves through the soil. And so we have the opportunities to do these things too if we follow this wheel of the year and we adapt it to our modern lives in such a way that we're paying attention and yet still moving through our lives with our work, with our families, with all the amazing festivals that I'm sure are happening in your neighborhood just like they are here. So thank you so much for coming around this wheel of the year once again. Again, we're here at the Autumn Equinox, just before it, Mabon. The dark half of the year will begin, and we will see you on the very darkest day of the year, solstice. Until then, have an amazing fall season. I'm Abby Tucker. This is From the Sovereign Path. See you soon.